All right, so here we are. We are talking about leveling up and why it's so incredibly easy. Think leveling up is easy?
To do what?
To level up, to get to the next level. If you're making $20,000 to make $30,000, if you're making $50,000 to make $100,000, just leveling up. If you are trying to lose 10 pounds, why does it just fall off whenever you want it to? It's just easy.
I think it's simple, but it's not easy.
It's simple. What's simple?
The concept of how to do it.
How do you do it?
You follow a diet, you get your calories, you burn more calories than you eat. Simple.
Burn more calories than you eat.
Mm-hmm.
I got about 800 billion women that would disagree with you on that.
That's the math. That's science.
Yeah, for men or for women? For both?
For everybody.
No.
You burn more calories than you eat. That's how you lose weight.
Yeah, that's true. That is simple.
That's science. It's simple.
It's not accurate, but it's simple.
What's accurate then?
Everybody's different, right? Everybody's different. Some people burn more. If you had everybody eat the same exact calories and burn the same exact calories, did you say everybody would be the same exact shape?
No.
Exactly.
But your body type, if you are intaking X amount of calories every single day,
right,
and you start burning more than you intake, you will generally start to lose weight.
Well, yeah. You're going to lose weight, or you're going to lose something. Hopefully,
maybe a little bit, but it's going.
Yeah, but if you consume, Twinkies and Ho-Hos compared to somebody that's eating broccoli and lettuce, two different consumptions.
Right.
They still might be taking in the same deficiency of calories, not have the same results. That's why it's not simple. What you eat, what you drinking. What if somebody was just drinking their calories?
If you're burning them off, it doesn't matter how you get them.
Oh my God, it matters immensely. So
Why?
you're saying, there used to be a strategy or a philosophy that you could eat whatever you wanted, and as long as you had a deficiency in calories, meaning that you burned more than you consumed, that you would lose weight and that you would have a good shape.
I think that's still there.
It's never been there.
I seen some YouTube videos the other day that said them.
They said, yeah. and what were they eating, and who were they?
They definitely weren't eating Twinkies and Ho-Hos.
Okay.
But I think it was about cheat meals and eating at night.
Okay.
And like you said, if you're burning more calories, it doesn't matter if you eat at 3 a.m. or 2 p.m. As long as you burn more than, or if you burn the amount of calories that you have set yourself to burn. Okay. If you stop burning at 2 p.m. and 3 p.m., you've burnt them off. So you're good.
Okay. So why does fasting work? The big phenomenon about fasting, the hype. How does that work?
It's going into keto. It's going into ketosis.
Right.
And ketosis eats fat.
Yep.
So it eats fat to gain
So it
energy.
matters when you eat it for people that are fasting.
Well, not at 3 a.m.
What do you mean not at 3 a.m.?
You can intermittent fast from noon to midnight.
Right. And then wake up at 3 a.m. All right. But you still have it still matters when you eat it. Right? So, what's between it? So people that eat late at night go to sleep and get up and eat again. And you ever notice that when you eat late, you're starving when you wake up? Starving. You said it the other day. You had some breakfast, and you said, "Oh my God, it's going to be a big calorie day," because normally you skip breakfast, so your metabolism doesn't really kick in. So it's kind of a bag of tricks. And of course, the title of the talk is "Why Is It So Easy?" and the whole deal is that it's a trick.
And everything we said so far has not been simple.
It's not simple or easy. And the same thing goes with making money, right? Goes with being organized, time management, relationships. All of this is in the same bag. We're talking about, you say leveling up at what? Having a better relationship, right? Having a better relationship with your family, with your loved one, with your spouse, with your partner. All of it is difficult. And it's not necessarily difficult, but until you want to make it better, it becomes a little bit more difficult.
Oh yeah, change is the hardest thing to do.
There you go. I thought you said it was simple.
I said it's not easy, but it's simple.
Okay, you did say that.
Yeah.
So where's the simplicity in all this?
For the weight, it's a little different because if I'm being honest, I was playing devil's advocate. If I'm being honest, there are people who have deficiencies. There are people who have problems with their body, so they have to burn maybe 3 or 4 times what an average person would have to perform for the same results.
Right.
So everybody's different, so that's different.
That's what I said.
But if we're talking about relationships, if we're talking about communication,
it's simple.
It's simple.
Oh, so why is the divorce rate so high?
Because they don't do it.
Oh, okay. But if
every
it was
rich
simple,
person says the same thing, right? Do the work.
I don't know about every rich person.
Then don't give up.
Okay.
But do the work.
Most people say don't give up. But you're mixing metaphors.
Do the work.
You're mixing metaphors.
Dude, don't give up and do the work is the same thing. If you gave up, you're not doing the work.
Well, but you could be doing the work
over.
You could be doing the work over 30 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's a fact.
But let's talk about this whole simplicity thing.
Okay.
So you're saying if you do the work, it's simple.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it's easy.
Okay.
The work can be hard as shiggity.
Okay.
But what needs to be done, specifically in your brain,
so the secret
is more or less simple.
The secret is simple.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
Okay, thank you.
The secret is simple. It's the implementation.
Yeah, that's probably the hardest thing you can do.
That's the issue. No matter what it is.
Yeah.
So
you know, against yourself.
The oxymoron that I really was kind of getting at when I thought about, how we all are working so hard, and it's all started because I was talking to Mike McGee.
Okay.
He called me up to...
Shout out to Coach McGee.
Yeah. No. His dad.
His dad.
Coach McGee's dad.
Okay.
My not your coach, my roommate, his son. So he called to give me grief because I didn't call him to tell him happy birthday a couple weeks ago. It was his birthday.
A couple weeks ago?
So he said, "You forgot my birthday." That's what he calls me. You forgot my birthday. So what are you doing? He said, "I'm on vacation for 2 weeks." Oh, you are bored. That's what you're doing. So you're bored because you don't have to work. So I appreciate you calling to give me grief. I will put it on my calendar for next November 6th. Right?
Never forget again.
Yeah, but we were talking, and it was, what we were talking about was how fast time flies.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You blink, you're out of college. You've been out of college how many years?
4.
4 years. A blink of an eye and you're out of school. I mean, it's crazy. We were talking about the same thing. A blink of an eye, we've been out of school over 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just thinking about how much some of the characteristics that I have are the same as they were 30 years ago. And how some of them have changed in the work that it takes to continuously improve. And so, why improve? Because I want more. Mm-hmm. I want things to be simple and easy, which means that you need to become an expert at it. You need to make it just automatic. It just rolls off. And the fitness thing isn't easy. Mm-hmm. It is simple. Once you crack your code,
right?
Okay, you got to crack your code. So women have it more difficult than men. Mm-hmm. Men have it difficult because we don't like to get off the couch or stop playing video games or eating chips. But once a guy decides to make a change, usually a guy, because of the muscle mass, has quicker results, even though it's still not easy.
Yeah, we eat that fat up.
Ever wondered what it would be like to live the life that you see in your head? I know I do all the time, and that's how I set my goals. We work with individuals that are looking to multiply their income. They're looking to manage what they have, improve their health, their happiness, and most importantly, their wallet. You have more time to do more things with more choices when you have your finances together, when you have your fitness together, when you have your schedule on point. We're high-performance coaches that help people to create more money, to manage their life by adding accountability structures, goal setting, and habits. If you really want to change, reach out to us. We're right here. We want you to be your best, bring your best, leave nothing to chance. So you burn it off. So, but it's still not easy because you got to be consistent at it. So, one of the biggest ideas for the contrast. So what you're looking at is contrast, which is why we get along so well, because we think similarly, but we have contrast. I'm over 50, and you 25?
Yep.
He just turned 25. So there's a 25-year spread there that even though we think similarly, we see things differently because of the time. So for him, if I was going to give him advice, I'd say whatever habits, whatever leveling up you think you want to do, and I would not look at my peer group for leveling up. I wouldn't look at that group ahead of them. I'd look 3 groups ahead. And not to model or say I want to do what they do. I'll be looking 3 groups ahead that says, what are they doing that's killing the game? And how do you do that on a regular basis before I create some bad habits? Right? Before I start laying on the couch forever, before I get married, before I get into debt, before I get out of shape, so not going to a bad place and then trying to figure out how to get out of it. For you, never get in it.
Right. So, that point, I had a friend, and I'm going to go into parenting a little bit, with that same concept of never allowing your child to create the bad habits.
Okay.
Okay. I had a friend, Tevin Stewart, shout out to Tevin, great dude. His dad made him work all day, every day during the summer.
Okay.
He literally, as we seen him, we would go play basketball with him. He had to run around his whole house. He had probably acres back there. He had to run around that thing 3 times before he can hoop with us and do more work.
Right.
Right? And as kids, we're like, shit, I would never want to do like that.
Yeah, his dad's a tyrant.
Right. But he learned really good habits that he sustained, and he's doing really good right now. Now, I think there's a difference between forcing your child to do something and then resenting you and then learn bad habits because they never want to go through that shit as an adult.
Right.
And a child saying, okay, there's something to this, and I accept what you're doing, and I'm going to take it into adulthood. But my question is, where's the line?
So, where's the line? The line is with the person. It could be, an 80-year-old, a 50-year-old, or a 10-year-old. That individual has to decide that they are going to see the good, they're going to see the greatness in the idea, the concept, and it's hard for a 10-year-old to see that. So the question becomes is, if the parent's consistent and they explain the process, it's more likely that the kid's going to see the greater good in that and continue to elevate. Look at Serena and Venus. They wanted to be tennis world champions, so they were willing to do what their dad put them through in order to do that because their dad said this is what it takes. The same kid might turn 15 and get to high school and never ever touch a tennis racket again. Right. You're right. So there is no line. I think as a parent, not living vicariously is the line. You know what I mean? So, do you recall when you wanted to play football? Like when you first wanted to play football? Do you remember the exact day you said you wanted to play football?
No.
No. Okay. I remember the exact day this dude said he wanted to play football. Okay. So we're in the basement, right? In our basement, which was huge and plush. We're laying in these chairs that are the theater chairs. We're watching something. No, you're playing video games. I don't know what I was doing. I might have been watching TV while you're playing video games. And you stopped playing and you looked at me and you said, "Dad, I want to play football." And I was like, "Okay, go ahead." Like I thought you meant on, 2K or something. And you're like, "Nah, Dad, I want to play football outside." And I was like, "Oh, okay, well, go ahead." And you're like, "No, Dad, I said I want to play real football." And I turned the TV off. I took the remote and I turned the TV off and I looked at him and I said, "With a helmet and shoulder pads?" He was like, "Yeah." I dropped the remote and we went to Dick's and got shoes that day.
Did we?
Remember? We went. You don't remember?
I remember going to Dick's.
We went to Dick's. We got cleats. We got the little hip pads.
Yep, I remember
we got a ball, and we started conditioning that day. That's the day. But I wasn't willing to push you. Your brother played football. You knew he played football. You never asked to play football. At this point, you might have been 12 or 13, going into 7th grade, before you wanted to play football.
Right.
But I never pushed you. I never said, "Hey, you should be playing flag football. Hey, you should be playing 200 tap." I never said anything because I think as parents, we have to tune into what our kids want to do, and they should do something. So if your kid wants to do nothing, then you got to pick for them. You got to do something.
Right.
Right. And so, but past that, I never let you quit. Right. So if you started the season, you have to finish the season. Now, you could not go out next season,
right?
But you're going to finish this season.
You made that abundantly clear.
Yeah, so we never quit anything during the process of whatever it happens to be. So when you're thinking about, what the line is for that, those are also lessons for adulthood. It's like, look, if you're going to take on this challenge, if you're going to go to college, we're going to finish college. I don't care if it takes you 10 years, you're going to finish. And so, but I can't make you finish at 30, right? I can't make you finish at 40. What I can do is instill that in you as a youngster, and then pray that it surfaces inside of you or nags at you, which is where we're going with this whole conversation. Well, the whole key is to create strategies and tools inside of yourself or with yourself in your code, right? The 24K Life Code. Create a code for yourself that says, hey, here's the habits that I am going to implement to do better in these areas of my life. And you need a code in every area. You need a code in your relationships with your spouse. You need a code with your fitness. You need a code with your money. You need a code for yourself, right? I don't know if you recall, but I'm sure you do. You never heard me use a swear word until you were like 17, 18 years old.
Oh yeah, right? I remember the first time I heard it.
Yeah, and you never heard me ever call your mom out of her name, no matter how mad I got. Never. You have to have a personal code of conduct, a personal code of success, and then you keep tweaking the code so that it gets better. And then you want to implement that over and over and over, and as you do that, it becomes easier to elevate. It's not easy, it becomes easier to elevate. So if I want to start a workout routine, it's no big deal for me, right? Let's say I get out of shape, but I need to start one. It's no big deal. I've been doing it my whole life. For somebody that's never done it, big deal.
Right. And going back to your point of having a code, I didn't know I had it, but do you remember the first time I cussed in front of you?
Nope, because your brother used to do it all the time.
See, but I knew that you cussed.
Yeah.
Right? Because when we go to Jimmy's house and have the things, like, I wouldn't hear you, but of course, birds of a feather. So I knew you would let loose.
Oh, just because they were, you thought I was.
I figured. So,
but you're wrong. I only swore on the golf course.
Really?
Yeah.
So
for most of my life, I mean, at a certain point, then it's all went to hell in a handbasket.
So that was instilled in me
up to a certain point.
And the first time, because it was so instilled my code for just not cussing that I was like, I just let it go. I was on the football field.
Oh,
I dropped the ball.
Oh,
it was during preseason, and I should have caught it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't even care. I was also like in my mind, I was like, Dad's right there, but like it just boom. And I was like, well, time to get in that mode. So I know that was the first time, and it was like I knew it was a serious situation, and I had that second of all.
Did I say anything?
Right, no, you didn't say nothing.
I'm saying it's football.
No,
what are you gonna say when you're playing football?
But I'm just saying, passing down through your actions, got to me without saying a word. We never had a conversation about cussing.
Right, that's true.
We never talked about it or anything.
We're pretty strong, church family, so it wasn't a big deal. But even so, I understand what you're saying. But the same thing goes for work habits.
Right.
Right? The same thing goes for hygiene. The same thing goes for communication. So, if you really want to grab something out of this conversation, what we're really trying to share is that you have to have a model. And if you don't have a model, you have to set one for yourself. You have to set personal deal breakers. It's a deal breaker that I'm going to eat cake 3 days in a row. or I'm going to eat dessert 3 out of 5 days of the work week, or I'm going to have bagels every morning for breakfast in the office. You have to have personal deal breakers, because if you don't, you're going to end up being and looking like everybody else, right? You're going to have money like everybody else, and the average person doesn't have any money. The average person is overweight and has $7,000 to $10,000 of credit card debt. I mean, that's what mediocrity looks like, at least domestically. I don't know about you, but the person that I work with, the person that I'm talking to, is saying, yeah, I'm done with that. How do I get better? And the problem for us older folks is that you have to get better in every area at the same time. Right? If you're younger, you can say, well, this year I'm going to work on my fitness, and next year I'm going to work on my money, and the year after that I'm going to work on my relationship. Right? I mean, you really could do that.
Give it a second.
Right? You could give yourself some opportunities. Let's talk about solutions.
Okay.
You want to get better, you are in debt, or you're not in shape, or you just want to level up. All the rules are the same no matter what the subject matter is. It doesn't matter if it's your relationships, if it's your physicality, if it's your mental, if it's your finances, if it's your spirituality. All the same. What recommendations? I'm going to let you give recommendations to younger people, and I'm going to give recommendations to the older people.
Okay. So I would say the biggest thing that you should do is tune your head and quiet the B voice, the voice telling you to stop, the voice telling you to eat chips, the voice telling you to do everything against what you want to do. Quiet that voice and raise the voice that's telling you, I want to go to the gym, I want to go start working on my second source of income, I want to do all these things, I want to change my habits in this way. And I think there's 2 ways to do that I know of that help me.
Okay.
Number 1 is going to the gym. I go to the gym because it allows me a streamlined access to the voice that I don't want to hear, telling me to quit, telling me to stop, telling me to slow down, telling me you should only do these many reps because you're tired.
Right.
It allows me to streamline to that voice, which allows me to overcome that voice, meaning that I can tune it down and I can make my internal voice stronger that I want to be loud.
Okay, but let's talk about not wanting to even get off the couch. Okay. So here's what I used to do.
I got another way though.
Okay, go ahead.
I got another way. So that's my favorite way because that's what I'm used to. That's what I train to do. The other way is to meditate.
Okay.
And I think that calming your mind allows you to have control. It allows you to hear the negative thoughts, but it also allows you to let them go.
Okay.
And as you let them go, they get quieter and quieter and quieter, and you regain the control.
Okay, but what if you never had control? Is my point.
Okay.
So you've never really had the habit of working out. You never had the habit of being spiritual. You never had the habit of controlling your tongue in a relationship or trying to improve your communications. You never had these habits, right? I know it sounds like a terrible person, and it's probably not. It's a normal person, right? They just do whatever they want to do. But you want to be better. Okay, you want to personally be better. How do you get off the couch? Meditating is not going to get you off the couch.
Right.
I mean, do you think meditating is going to get you off the couch?
No, man. You got to have a plan. You got to have a want. You got to have a will.
Okay.
And then you start to work towards that will. But if you don't have anything getting you off the couch, you have no purpose to leave the couch.
Okay. I see that. So I would add to that thought process, since we're talking about working out, and it could be anything, I would add that, like, pack your gym bag, get your clothes out, put them on your bed, right? And if you are a morning person, pick your best time. If you're a morning person, meditate in the morning. If you're a morning person, work out in the morning. If you're a morning person, look at your finances. Pick the time that you operate the best, and then pick a habit or a plan or an idea or a concept that you're going to work on and attack that in the morning. If you're an evening person, pack your bag, put it in the vehicle so that you don't go home, sit on the couch.
Right after work.
After work, go straight to the gym. Because when I used to try to work out after work, it never happened.
Right.
I get home, put my feet up, say, I deserve a break. I've been working all day, I deserve a break. And then I'll go to the gym. Okay? And then it never happened. Because then you eat. And you go, okay, well, I can't work out right now because I just ate.
Then you never work out.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, it's too late to go now. I'll have to go tomorrow. And tomorrow never comes. So, so the idea is to identify the obstacles that are in your way. And if you never had the habit, create it. So I've never had a habit, never worked out before, so I'm going to create a habit. My habit's going to be that I'm going to go work out every other day. That's an easy habit. It's not easy, but
and you got
every other day.
Walk.
You can go for a walk. Make it 30 minutes though.
Yeah.
Make it 30 minutes.
And I was talking to my friend's mom, and she goes,
is she hot?
In case she sees it, yes.
We don't even know which friend, so it doesn't matter.
But she says that she'll wake up, listen to her gospel music, but she wants to go for morning walks. But by the time she wakes up and gets into her gospel, she's already into her routine, and it's just too hard to deviate.
Okay.
So I told her, I said, you're already listening to music. I know you want your gospel, but throw on something that's going to make you happy. Throw on something that's going to jump you out of the bed, because you already want to go on the walk.
Gospel doesn't do that?
Apparently not.
She listening to the wrong gospel.
Yeah, she need to cut on some
Kirk Franklin. Yeah.
So
Fred. I would tell her to get a really amped up gospel playlist and play it while she's walking.
She said that secular music does that to her. That it'll put a little bit more rhythm into her.
Well, but if that's her hang up, then she can find some gospel rap or some gospel music. That's an excuse. She can find some music and listen to the music while she's walking. Because to walk, you just need to brush your teeth and leave. Right? Your shoes on.
And we making it sound simple. We're making it sound easy.
Well,
we in that mindset.
Right, that's true.
So if you do got to have something that breaks you out of that mold, and you know that secular music will do that for you, or you want to make a playlist of songs that you're absolutely going to flip over.
Walk and pray.
Do that.
Yeah.
And
it's not. It's not easy. It is simple. It's not easy. So we do agree on that. It's simple, but it's not easy. So, my take on that is if you struggle, go to bed an hour earlier. Go to bed an hour and a half earlier. But you need to be more productive in your day, and you need to get that in your day. Your friend's mom needs to get that in her day. Your friend, if he or she's your age, you might be able to get away with it a little while longer, but at some point, you need that physicality in your life. And you're killing two birds with one stone. You're getting your spirituality, and you're getting your workout. Yep. So, all right, for the older people, like I said before, you have to do multitude of things at once. You most likely want a better relationship, or you want to fight less. And in order to fight less, the number one arguments in relationship is money. So money and communications, 1 and 2, and most of the communications is about money. So we're going to kill a few birds with that one. So you want to say, hey, I got to get my communications together, my money together. You want to either be fit or stay fit or get fit. And you want to have some sort of spiritual connection. I agree with Devon 1,000%. You have to control that voice. You're not trying to control your mouth. You're not trying to control your thoughts. You're trying to control that inner voice, that guy, that gal that's in there saying, man, we need to work out. Man, I'm fat. Man, I'm broke. Man, we can't afford this. Man, that's the one you got to control. And quieting yourself and seeking answers and changing that dialogue, that inner dialogue. So stop telling yourself that you're fat. Tell yourself you're getting in better shape every day. Every day I'm getting better. Every bead of sweat is getting me closer to the results that I truly want out of myself. Every time I spend $1, I'm spending it wisely and consciously so that I can build my net worth.
Which you can say all this even if it's not true.
Absolutely.
You can lie times 10 and your brain will begin to believe it.
your brain doesn't know the difference between reality, right, and imagery.
Right.
So we're trying to portray the image of who we want to become. And, you know, in the old church days, they say, fake it until you make it. They also tell you to, you know, walk by faith. And in the real world, you know, they say fake it till you make it. But what we're really trying to do is create a story. We're trying to create a new story for ourselves. Things always work out for me, not I never win, right? So you're trying to create a different story. You're trying to train your subconscious mind, not your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, that things are working out for you, that the things you do have massive impact in your life. And the point becomes, if you consistently do it, it will have exponentially a massive impact in your life. If you ate 300 less calories a day for a year, you're going to lose a lot of weight, right? If you eat 300 calories per day less than you used to eat last year, this time next year, you're going to be in a different person. It's just back to you. It's just factual. Now, will you be who you want to be? I don't know. It depends on who you want to be. In order to do that, again, you need imagery. Go get that bikini picture. Go get that swimsuit picture of you on your girls' trip when you were in phenomenal shape. Put that thing on the refrigerator. Put the same picture in the bathroom on the mirror. And every time you go through your house, you see her and you go, yeah, we're getting back in that swimsuit, right? I know people right now that can wear the same clothes they had when they graduated college.
Wow.
Right? 30 years later. But it takes serious
shirts I can't fit.
Exactly. Right? But you was a boy, now you a man. Yeah. So it's different. Yeah. But the point is that you can do it. You need to have a purpose. You need to have a plan. You need to have personal deal breakers. And ultimately, you need to have a personal code. We call it the 24K Life Code. And if you want more details, you can order the book. And it'll walk you through how to balance all those areas in your life. The question becomes, how many can you do? Even in the book, I think I clearly state that you should really only be trying to do 2 things, 3 things at once. Women seem to be better at that than we are. But even in that particular point, if you're talking about massive transformation, the more you can make it a habit. So I'm going to meditate every day. That's a spiritual thing. You're going to get better. I'm going to work out 3 or 4 days a week. That's a physical thing. And then I'm going to be better with my money. And let me tell you, if you are over 35 and you don't have any money, just go get an advisor. Get a money coach. Just go find somebody. If you're 35 or older and you're out of shape, go to a gym that offers free training. I mean, just go to the gym. If you download the thing on your phone, and there's millions of them that are really, really good on your phone, but there's nobody there to make you do it. Right. If you go to the gym and Ralph's your trainer, Ralph's expecting to see you show up, show out, and deliver. So those are the things that you want to do. It's simple, but it's not easy.
It's hard. I love it.
I mean, you said it.
Yeah, man.
Right?
And going back to that voice in your head, I know I told you I'm reading the 4 Agreements right now. And it's a completely different concept to think about whatever thoughts you're having in your head, you agree with.
Absolutely.
Because they're your head and you had them. So if you're saying I'm fat, you immediately agree.
Absolutely.
It's like, it's different to just thinking and say, okay, I'm thinking I'm fat, okay, I'm thinking this, but I agree with that. And if you take whatever thought you're having, if you take the second to say, do I really agree with that? Am I stupid? Am I really stupid?
Am I going to accept that? Yeah.
Is that okay with me? It's like, that alone. Yeah. That alone.
Yeah. The 4 Agreements are available inside of Derick on Demand in the library. We have the links to the YouTubes for you. We have links to other books that will help you. DerickOnDemand.com. Check it out. It will help you change your life. I'm Derick. Be amazing.
I'm Devon. Thank you so much for your time.
Hey, to all my brothers and sisters that stayed and watched this video, I want to thank you so much. I hope you decide to become part of the 24K Nation. Like, subscribe to the video, to the channel. We'll be bringing more content, more energy, everything that you need to keep you motivated, inspired, and moving in a 24K way. Have a great day.